Live from San Diego, this is the Fox 5 Morning News at 9.
Worried about walking to your car alone? The free self-defense class coming to San Diego this weekend.
Listen to this. So, it's this time of year where it starts to get dark earlier. A lot of people on their phones. You go out shopping, you're holiday shopping. Your head is spinning. You're not knowing what's going on outside. So, here to talk about this is very important. Listen to this. Krav Maga expert Michael Mahalkinen. Gosh, I knew it. I butchered it. From the MMA Academies here with safety tips for everyone. And I think it's so important this time of year because on top of our busy lives, as it is, now we've got the holidays. Now you're thinking about that. So let's get into it. You said that being aware of your surroundings can help you stay safe. Why is that?
The holiday season is also, it's a time for family. It's also a time for stress and crime and things like that. So people are busy and they're moving, they're doing things and not always being aware of their surroundings. So take a situation where you're returning from shopping at the mall and then you're returning to your car and you're engrossed in your phone, you're not paying attention to what's going on, and then something like this might happen.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Mike, because this morning we're going to demonstrate. This is our intern, Brooke, and we're going to give you a scenario where she just got done shopping. She's got her bag in her hand. She's got the key fob in one hand, and she's got the phone in the other. Typical day of somebody likes shopping outside.
Absolutely.
So she walks to the car not paying attention to what's going on. What's happening here?
So she's obviously just returned from shopping. She's putting her packages in the car, which is actually a great thing instead of leaving them inside where they can be seen.
Okay.
She's locking them up in the trunk. And being aware of her surroundings.
Get away! Get away!
So she used her voice. She started to use verbal presence to keep the person away.
Okay.
And then immediately she uses the emergency alarm to draw attention to her.
The panic, here's, I'm glad you mentioned that because when I go out at 3 in the morning, I get up early and I walk through the neighborhood to get to my car. Sometimes it's 2 blocks away. I've always got my hand on that. So I'm glad you mentioned that. The hazard button on there, or the panic button. So when you're walking to the car, the panic button, and you're always looking around. I make sure I look around before I even step out of the house. Is that the right thing to do?
It's absolutely the right thing to do.
Okay.
And unfortunately, a lot of times now, especially with smart devices, and people are so engrossed in their phone, they're not paying attention to what's happening, and they're missing. Situational awareness is key.
Yes.
If you can take away the surprise element, then you're being proactive in your self-defense.
Okay, let's go back to that for a second. Give me the positives of what she did right. Was there anything that she did wrong? We know she hit the panic button. What else?
Well, actually, she came out. She had the key in the hand. She was ready to go, as she was approaching the car. Packages going in the car instead of in the back seat where they can be, it's a property crime where the car gets broken into.
Right.
And so she was putting it in. As soon as she recognized the danger, she immediately took a step back. She put her hands up. She started using a verbal response to keep the person away.
Okay.
And once he didn't go, she immediately went to a higher force option, if you will, and used the alarm.
Okay. All right. When people are parking the car, is there anything they should look for when finding the perfect parking space?
Well, sometimes we're trying to find that spot. We're trying to get in so we can get out.
Right.
So you have to be aware that, look, if you're going in daylight hours, you might be coming out, sun sets early.
Right.
It may be dark. Is it a well-lit area? Is it, is it accessible? If you're walking to your car and you see suspicious people around your area, probably best to move on and try to find another parking spot. It's always better to err on the side of safety instead of being rushed.
Such good information. Now, we parked the car. Let's go back a little bit further. We're driving the car. Dangerous situations when driving. Talk about that.
Well, so it is, again, it can be a stressful situation. And the truth is, you never know what the other person that you may have an encounter with, they cut over into your lane or they make a turn in front of you.
Okay.
You don't know what kind of day they're having. So, a road rage incident could happen more easily this time of year than other times of year.
Because let's face it, the stress is up here. As we said, we're talking about what's the perfect gift I'm going to get for Aunt Judy or whatever, and there's so much stress. So just take a deep breath, everybody.
Absolutely. Count to 10.
We're going to take it on the extreme side here real quick. Active shooter situations. You say, remember RCAD. What is that?
So first off, for active shooter, we totally adhere to the protocol of run, hide, fight. I mean, that's the first thing I'm going to do if I have the chance. I'm getting out of there. What we do is we teach a fighting component, right? If I've detected I can't run, I'm the first responder there. What do I do? So the RCAD stands for redirect, control, attack, and disarm.
Okay.
So
all right.
The idea is to redirect the line of fire of either a handgun, long gun, control the weapon, and immediately start launching combatives, kicks, punches, things like that, and then get the gun.
This is all stuff we got to focus on. That's we really don't like to. Can we focus on the Thanksgiving meal and have a good time with the family, Mike?
any time of year that there's there's gatherings and there's groups of people, it just sets up the potential. So you should be aware of your surroundings. Again, we are actually doing a seminar on that.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So that's coming up, the Active Shooter Mitigation Seminar, Saturday through Sunday, MMA Academy. All the information is going to be on our website, and the information you gave us this morning is very important, and we appreciate you doing that for us. Fox5sandiego.com, just click on the See It On tab. Russo, back inside to you.